Lisa, hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you, Laura?
I'm fine. Are you on my mailing list, Lisa?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful. So today we're making connections to the other side, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. And so I do feel a female to you. It feels like a mother energy. There's a sweetness, a softness to that energy. I'm going to see what I can do with this, and then I'm going to come back to you. Hmm. Mother energy. Something about maybe it's just where you're seated, but I see like a desk with a computer on it or something flat, like a notebook in front of this person. I have no idea what that has to do with the figure in spirit, but it just begins a process of connecting. Now let's see if I could pull this in, please. Okay, there's other souls around us as well. There feels like a peer energy to you, a male that would seem brotherly, or it could be fathers. It could be a brother or a spouse or someone that's in your age group as well. That also seems to be there. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, well then we're going to go in that direction because that's presenting before the mom. I felt the mom, and mother figure, by the way, could be grandma, a number of different people. Let's go sideways then to you. Okay. Okay, dark hair, original color. Okay, okay, this person has a higher forehead. The hair presents right now as closely cropped. It seems, and there's a little bit of white in it as well. Closely cropped white hair. It looks like if the hair were to grow out, it'd have some texture to it and or waviness to it. He's got a strong nose. Okay, he's got a strong nose and a strong brow. It looks like he's just got a strong brow, meaning over the eyes, the area where the eyebrows would be strong. He also tells me he's a disciplined person, and he has a sense of justice and law. Justice and law. The strong nose and also strong full lips. Full lips, strong jawlines. This person has very strong features, high cheekbones as well. Good looking man, handsome man, rugged type of look to him. He looks slender. Slender. And there's something about law to go with him. Do you understand law, please, for this individual?
It sounds like my father, but he wasn't in the law.
Okay, well, something to do with justice then. Okay, justice. Okay, I'll just put it to you that way. Yeah, and I don't know how that computes. And I know you're looking for somebody else that's lateral to you, but I always have to develop who shows up. So what I just said was there's a peer energy to you that's male, which hasn't developed. I did feel in the beginning father, and now your father seems to be developing first. And then there's a female to you also. So you have a couple of different, a mother figure for you as well. So you have a few different people in spirit. So your father's developing first. I just want to give him a chance, and then we'll see if anybody else wants to pop in quickly. The phone lines are flooded, so I don't know how long it can stay and develop several. Okay, there's a sense of, there's a sense of not being able to breathe for dad, and terrible feeling. Oof, whatever it is, a lot of that. And I'm also getting energy and chills all over my body, just letting you know, because I believe he's trying to show me something. There's something about he says, I could not catch my breath at times. Okay, so can you please confirm your father had breathing difficulties towards, I believe towards the end of his life? Lisa, you still there, honey? Oh, I lost the call. Lisa, please call back in, honey, if you want. Your father is here. Maybe he's trying to get me to open my eyes when that happened. Um, God. Well, we had her father here. I don't know what happened to her. Let me see. Susie's got a phone line opened with Erica. Okay, I will move on to Kathleen. And Lisa, please call back in, honey, when you can. And when you do, please leave me some way of knowing you've arrived by writing something in the chat room. Okay, going to Kathleen. Wow, that was interesting. You said hello before I even said hello. Hi, Kathleen.
I could hear the beep. Hi.
You're cute. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, sweetheart. Are you already on my mailing list, love?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, there is a mother figure here for you. This woman feels very orderly, very matter of fact. She's very organized in her thinking and the way she does things. She feels like she, in her, whatever she's giving me, more like middle age to older age, the vision she's giving me of herself, she's carrying a little bit of extra weight on her, but never really heavy. I see a little thickness in the midsection, if you will. Let me see what else I want. Yeah, and also she's evenly proportioned. I'll put it to you that way. She likes to talk a lot. Again, she says very organized, and then she makes a little joke. See, she has a good sense of humor. I says very organized, and she says and very elderly, and she laughs a little bit. So she has a good sense of humor. I don't. What she means is she might have been old when she died. I don't really know, but it's a cute little.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to reframe that so you understand. She says, I was very organized, and then she made a play on herself saying, and I was very elderly. So that means that she lived to an advanced age. She doesn't show herself here as old yet. Okay, now I see hair, and I don't think this is the most old picture she could give me of herself. She's preferring to show me more middle-aged years to latter part of middle-aged years right now. And the hair is she must have worn it like this at least for a good time in her life, a good period of time, otherwise she wouldn't show it. But it's like in the mid-length area above these shoulders. It's got a wave to it, and it's nice and flowing. A little bit of a wave, nice and flowing. And it's not terribly dark. It's more in a mid-range brown, if you will. You understand this, please, for the person you're thinking of.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, sweetie. Now she's choking me a little at the neck to let me know something's going on in that area, either that I'm getting something correct to say or that she literally had congestive. Oof, hold on, honey. I'm getting energy from her. Please, Mom, don't do that to me. Okay. 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 I don't know why she's hitting me with energy, but she is. Okay. I guess she's just very anxious to talk. Okay, she did say she was a talker. Remember that? She said that a moment ago. She's saying, hello, hello, hello. Okay, Mom, I need you to give me 1 to 2 more pieces of evidence, and then we'll let you just go to conversational tone with your lovely, I believe this is your daughter, that I have here on the phone. Okay, she says, all right. So now what I want you to do, please, Kathleen, is remember, if you can, did your mom have breathing difficulties? Breathing difficulties.
No, not that I recall.
Okay, because I feel something, oh, maybe I need to reinterpret that. I feel something in the throat area. Remember I told you that a moment ago, see something's grabbing me.
Yeah.
Okay, something in the throat area. So if it wasn't breathing, it was in the throat area. I guess I have to be a little more accurate in what I'm perceiving. There's something going on in her throat area. Do you understand throat area for Mom, please?
Not really. If it were my father, definitely.
Okay, let's just continue then. Mom is still learning how to send me the signals. You did good with the hair, Mom. You did good with the body. You did good with your personality. Just give me 1 or 2 more things, and then we'll go to personal message for Kathleen, who's sitting here waiting for that. Oh, okay. She's giving me something. I don't know how to interpret this. It's as if she's holding a flower, and right now she's holding a rose. Okay, a rose. I have no idea if a rose has any significance to you or not, but I will just present that to you because I do have to give you everything that she gives me. She says a rose is very important in my life and in my family. A rose means love, and I give that rose to you, Kathleen. I'm sorry that I had to leave you the way I did. I'm sorry that it had to end the way it did. She says I didn't mean to leave Earth that way. There seems to be something surrounding it that she wants to tell us. Okay. Seems to be some trauma surrounding her passing. She doesn't want to completely talk about it, but it feels unusual in some way. You know, most of us, when we pass, if we're elderly, it's through natural causes, through health or what have you. But she's going in a little bit about how she transitioned in a way that wasn't very easy for her. There were a lot of people to assist her, she says, through the dying process, but she says it never was enough for her. She was uneasy with the whole thing. She apologizes for the way she treated you and the others that were assisting her. She was not very easy to get along with at that time. She's glad that you were there for her, though, and she wants to apologize and thank you for being there. Even though she was difficult, she says you were always calm and you were always trying to assist her. There feels to me to be a male to you through her when your mom's passing as well. That means either you had a husband around you or a brother around you to be there as well. Do you understand that, please?
Well, I was divorced
and both my brothers were deceased by then.
Oh,
They died.
interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just leave that alone for a moment, because if he wasn't on Earth helping you, I just have a sense of a male to you that's around the process. So that could mean maybe that your brothers were in spirit and they were helping her through the transition. I don't know. So she's just saying, now I want you to see if you can think about what she just said. She said she was not easy to get along with during her latter years, during her death process. And it caused a lot of uneasiness for her, and it was difficult to get along with her. Do you understand that, please?
I thought it was harder to get along with her when I was like a teenager.
Okay. Do you understand her saying there's something traumatic about her death and dying process?
No, she was in a nursing home.
Okay.
And, there was no car accident or anything like that.
Did you call in to speak with your mom, or did you call in to speak with someone else?
Just about her death?
No, I mean, did you call in for mediumship connection, and were you interested in speaking with that particular soul? Because she's not coming in that well, so I'm trying to figure out why.
What I really, I would like to hear from her, but my father is someone I'd really like to hear from.
Okay.
My dad.
All right. You don't have to.
And when you said to the caller before about not being able to breathe, that was my father. I mean, that's what I thought of right away was my dad.
Okay. Well, we'll see. All right. Let me just see, because mom's not coming in that clearly. So let me just go to that, see if we can pull him in. Tall. Okay. First thing I get is a tall person. Was your father tall, please? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, very tall. Actually, he's taller than average. He liked his height, by the way. He says it made him get along better with people. They automatically had more respect for him. He laughs a little bit, which shows that he has a sense of humor and a sense of, I guess, kind of like looking at life a little bit separate from it, like observing things. He's a wise person. He's that kind of wit to him. Do you understand the wit and the wisdom for Dad, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
He almost reminds me a little bit like a Sherlock Holmes, because he shows me he's playing a little bit with me. He's got a great sense of wit. He shows me himself with a pipe, like he's very contemplative, and he also likes to, he's always like looking at things, like investigating things. And you can't really confirm that, I don't think, but I just want to let you know that he shows me that. He's a wise thinker, wise man, a wise soul. He says, so are you, my dear daughter. You took after me a lot and all of that. And in contrast to your mom, who was a talker, I never had you to confirm that. Was your mom a talker, please? Did your mom like to talk?
My father was more the talker. My father was more the talker, I think.
Okay. Well, he says that in contrast to your mother, who was the talker, he didn't really talk that much. So I don't know why he says that. So leave that alone for a moment. I will deliver everything I'm getting, because maybe it'll tie together in a moment, okay? There's also children in the family younger than you, so there's grandchildren to him. You understand, grandchildren don't have to be yours, but there's grandchildren under, younger than you. I can feel them in the family. Do you understand that, please?
Well, I have a grandchild, and then there's two others.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking you, honey. If there's younger people in the family, because he gives me a sense of that. He's saying something to me. He's really something. He's interesting. He's saying to me, Laura, don't go overboard now, with all these little details. He says, she's going to be okay, Kathleen, with anything you want to tell her. You don't have to be so detailed. And also, he calls me arrogant about this. Okay, Dad. Yeah, he's saying, you don't have to go into all this detail. It's all right. She'll understand that it's me. All right, Dad. Okay, now I want to see, Dad, if you can give me a few things about your health. You already gave me a little brush of what you looked like, the height, your health, other things. I like to learn a lot. I was very good with books and learning. I was educated. Do you understand, Dad, for educated, please?
Yeah, he was a pharmacist.
Okay. He liked to learn.
Very intelligent.
Very intelligent. And great sense of humor. Great sense of humor.
Yeah.
He has this kind of sardonic wit, which, again, back to that idea of he's on the outside looking in. He's like very smart and looking at life and making comments, like the sidebar in some kind of a document. If you're watching a movie, he's the side narrator or whatever. It's very interesting. He says, there seems to be something there that I'm trying to get, and that's why I babble so much. Hold on for a second. He was educated, he took care of his family well, he was very under the weather a lot towards the end. So his illness towards the end, he didn't feel
Yeah.
good for some time. He tried to get it out of his
Yeah.
system on his own, but it didn't go away. He didn't want to I get, he's telling me that he didn't want to go to traditional or just go through the normal process that was given to everyone else for his illness. And he tried to do it on his own. Now, I guess being a pharmacist, maybe he knew a lot about illness, but he's telling me that he sort of like tried to self-treat himself. Do you understand, please?
I think self-medicate.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, self-medicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't want to go to the traditional treatment. He wanted to take care of it on his own. He says it didn't work. He says, but I did feel better for a while before the final days. He thought that it was in remission or that he'd healed himself, but then it came back. He's saying whatever he had came back very strong, and then there was no turning back after that. So what he's saying is, I'm trying to say this in ways you'll understand because I may not be making it clear, that he's self-medicated for a while, thought that he had cleared it out of his system, but then it came back stronger than ever. Does that make sense to you, please, Kathleen?
Yeah.
Okay. And he says then there was no turning back. He also says something about you helped him. You were caring for him. There were other people around as well, but you were there primarily the one on duty most of the time. He says, you love me so much, and of course I love you. He says, I'm not gone. I'm still around. I'm in the house quite a bit with you. He says, I'm helping you. Yeah, he says, I'm helping you clean out things now. So that could mean you're either cleaning things out of your own house or you're going through his stuff. I don't know what that means, but he's saying, I'm helping you clean out things now so you can get on with your own life. He says, don't take too much time for this. It really doesn't matter anymore. So are you going through a process of clearing out his stuff?
Yeah. No. I have someone moving into my apartment, my boyfriend.
Oh.
And I have to clean things out of the closet so he can get his stuff in.
Okay. He says, don't spend too much time on it. I don't remember everything he said. You'll play it back. So anyway, he's here with you. He loves you. I like it when they give a personal message like that to let you know that he's around and he's watching you. You haven't lost him. You haven't lost him. Okay, Kathleen?
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
I was so upset last night because I went on the internet to find my father's obituary, and I signed up for this thing, newspapers.com, and I found it. He died in 73.
Wow.
I was 16.
Oh.
I found it. And I tried to copy it and put it on my Facebook page because I don't have a printer, and I figured that way I could always keep it. But I couldn't do it no matter how hard I tried. And that was last night. And that's why I really wanted to hear from him.
Yeah, and
I wasn't meant to copy it.
No. Well, and this is for everyone listening. I've noticed that if you're wanting the connection, it comes in from our emotions. So if you're wanting one soul and I'm on the energy of another, the soul is literally sitting there trying to get me to go to the one that, in other words, I can't make the connection unless there's that energetic desire. So your wanting your father brings him in easier than your mom. And I've noticed that over and over again. Another example is if somebody's calling in for a life reading and I'm bringing in somebody on the other side for this show, it doesn't work very well. So because you had the emotion and the desire to speak to Dad, he comes in easily. Thank you so much, Kathleen, honey, for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, honey.
Okay, honey. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go. I don't know what happened to Lisa, if she ever came back. There she is. Okay, let me just see if I can finish with her, and then I'll go to you, Tony. Hey, Lisa, you did. There you are. What?
Sorry about that.
What happened?
I don't know. I got a new phone. I think I must have hit the starting.
Okay. All right. I forgot where we were. Where were we? We had
Well,
some.
my father.
Had your father. I told
You
you.
had my father.
Yeah. I just want to review what I remember. Strong, receding hairline. He shows me his hair on the shorter side in this image with some white in it, but mostly dark color, the original color. He shows me a receding hairline, strong brow over the eyes, strong nose, strong chin. I said something about, because he gave me the feeling of law, and you said he wasn't a lawyer, but there's something about him that maybe believes in fairness or justice. I don't know yet what that means. Okay, now he's giving me more information. Is there anything you need to correct before I continue, honey? Because I'm going into a health issue right now. Is there anything you want to say? Do you understand everything that was said? Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there's something in his chest area. It reminds me of heart-related issues. Even though he's slender, it looks like he has a problem with his heart. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And he also tells me, even though I think I said this to you earlier and you didn't understand it, but now he's telling me now, we confirmed the heart, that there was a problem with him getting his breath a lot of the time, getting air into his chest, into his lungs. He says that was related to heart issue. He says, even though people thought it might have been something else, he says it was related to the heart. A lot of huffing and puffing, a lot of difficulty getting around, and a lot of congestion in the chest area because he couldn't get his breath a lot. Do you remember him not getting his breath a lot, please?
Not really.
He's
My
making,
mother had an emphysema.
yeah, he's making a big deal out of this, so maybe it will come to you later on. Going on about that, out of breath a lot, difficulty getting around. And again, yeah, and I also want to say, because I do see him as slender, he's not overweight. Okay, he says his circulation wasn't good for a long time. You know, like plaque in the arteries, or what do they call that? Clogged arteries. And that was one of the causes of, right? He says that's one of the causes why he couldn't get his breath a lot. So even though you may not have seen it that way, he still is trying to explain it to us. Okay, Dad, that's fine. Thank you. Cardiovascular issues for some time, tried to get his breath, unable to get his breath, particularly at the end. Oh, okay, more information. During the actual event, which I believe was a heart attack, do you understand heart attack for Dad, please?
Yeah.
Okay. During the actual heart attack, he says he couldn't get his breath. There's a tightening in the chest, he said, and that caused him to not be able to get air or breathe. And that's all he meant by the breathing. So I'm clarifying that for you, sweetheart. Okay. You weren't there, were you? You weren't there when he had
No.
the heart attack, correct? Yeah. Because he's saying, and he says a lot of people thought he needed air and oxygen. It wasn't immediately understood that he was having a heart attack. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why he wanted to bring up the chest thing, because the breathing thing, because he was mistreated right away. And if people knew he was having a heart attack, he would have gotten help sooner. It might have prolonged his life. Okay. Are you aware of that?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, that's what he's saying. But you are aware that they didn't know he's having a heart attack, right? Right away. They weren't initially aware of that, right?
Right.
Okay. So he's just adding on to that. You know, quite often this happens, you know, people don't know you don't know you're having a heart attack, and if you gotten treatment sooner, you would have been able to prolong your life. So very important information. That's what he wants to transpire. And he doesn't say, he's telling me, I'm not trying to say this to upset Lisa, my love. I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just talking to give evidence because you need to have some evidence. He's saying that there's a brother to you on earth, at least one. You understand a brother for yourself, please?
Yeah, the twin brother.
Okay. Oh, I think I spoke to you once before, didn't I? Didn't I? Okay, I remember now, the twin brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I believe the twin brother's in spirit with him. Is that correct, please?
No, my older brother's in spirit with him.
Okay, fine. All right. So you do have brothers. You have two brothers, like he said, and one's on earth and one's in spirit, because he said to me, to correct me, one's in spirit. Interesting.
Yeah.
He says the older one is with us in spirit, your family. We all love you so much, Lisa, and we want to thank you. He says, for calling upon us today. He says, I thought you forgot all about me, and he's laughing a little bit, but You didn't. Okay, Dad, I don't know why you're saying that to her. She's probably wondering why you're saying that. I'm going to go to a personal message, Lisa, and see if there's anything else that we can pull out of this for you, honey. He says that your mom is there as well. Do you understand Mom, please, for being in spirit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And something about age. He says, is your mom older than your father? Was she older than your father? Because he says she's older than me. Or maybe she's in spirit longer than him. Something about her having seniority to him. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah, she is a year older than him.
See that? See that? They don't lie. He's giving you all this for evidence, okay? Now, there's something about you right now that's going on he wants to talk about. He's saying something about you being a little confused about something that you got to do in your own life. Are you confused about something now, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm been without work and living out of my car.
Oh.
I've been going through a traumatic thing.
Oh, and that's, he says, in part, that's one of the reasons why as I continue with this session, it's a little confusing to you because you got a lot on your mind. Okay, so he wants to give you some help with that. Okay, so we're going to give you a message on that. Okay, love? Oh my goodness, you poor baby.
Okay.
All right. He says, I guess you've missed, he's saying something about you've used up all your kindness from family and friends. In other words, you're kind of on your own now. He says you will find works. He says you will find work soon. He says don't despair. Now, are you using the address of a friend, home address of somebody you know?
Yeah, and I'm having a problem with my mail, getting my mail.
Yeah,
Not giving me my mail.
yeah, because you need, he draws my attention to that to say you do need an address to be able to get a job.
Yeah.
Oh dear. He doesn't know what to say to you, really. I'm going to see if he can come up with something for this. It's very important. He's okay. You know what? I have to tell you, he's not worried for you. And that's a good sign because he knows that you're going to get your act together soon, that you will find a job soon. Um, he shows me you doing something that maybe you can do just to get yourself working somewhere is just go in and almost volunteer somewhere to get your foot in the door. Okay? Just,
I have been volunteering at a place. And
oh,
they
perfect.
might be giving me a job.
Perfect.
Yeah,
There's your validation. There's your validation. Okay? That's going to work for you, he says. That is going to work for you. Okay? So there you have it. Hope, yeah, hope from heaven, my dear. There's your hope from heaven, honey.
Okay,
You're welcome, love. God bless, honey.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you, Dad. That was great. He really, really reached out. I'm going to go to Tony now. There you are, Tony. Thank you for waiting so patiently, honey. Hi, Tony. How are you today?
Great, and you?
I'm great, love. I'm great. There is a mother figure. I'm going to just tell you what I'm getting generally, honey, and then we'll see which one you want to hone in on. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, there's also somebody that's more, I keep hearing family friend. Family friend. And I don't know who that is yet. I don't know if it's male or female, but I heard that before when I was hovering around your number, almost ready to pick you up before I found Lisa. Let me just see what that's all about. It feels like a male. It feels like somebody that's more in your age group or somebody that you worked with. Are you looking to talk with someone like that, please? Tony?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Are you here to connect with the other side? Just want to check.
Yes and no.
Oh, let the truth be known. A lot of people call the show and try to be a little sneaky and get in a life reading from the other side. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay. And so, if I do I get a few leads here and they're wrong, I usually feel there's something else going on. But there is a mother figure who I do feel who perhaps wants to give you a little advice. And the advice seems to be for a relationship that you're in or something to do with a female that's in your life right now. Is that what you're looking for, sweetheart, to get some advice about a love relationship?
Well, yeah, I wanted to know what was coming in for me. I'm not in a relationship right
Okay, perfect. So I have a mother figure for you that's interested in you and, this kind of thing. So we've got the two lined up. So what I'm going to do is go see if I can develop this person. Okay, I see a female. She's this woman carries extra weight. She also has dark hair in its natural color, but she shows me herself wearing a wig right now. It's on the shorter side, but the wig is dark in coloring. Do you understand somebody like that in spirit? That could be a grandma, an aunt, or mother, someone like that, please.
Yeah, that could be familiar.
Okay. There's also some issue with blood sugar. Some issues with blood sugar, which would mean diabetes or pre-diabetic, and also high blood pressure. Those things usually do go along with being overweight, so I won't even ask you to comment on that. Let's see what else she's got. Uh, she is carrying quite a bit of extra weight. Okay, it's a problem in her chest area. I believe there's a lot of issues. Okay, when there's issues because she's carrying a lot of extra weight. There's cardiovascular, there's heart issues. There's a lot of different issues, even lung issues. She says I was very sick for quite a long time, and she says I didn't really want to take care of my health, no matter how much people told me to lose weight or do what I had to do. I just couldn't seem to get it under control. She might have even considered having bariatric, what do they call that, bypass surgery in the stomach? Would they have a name for it? Bariatric surgery, I believe it might be called. But I saw a little bit of that. Do you understand that for this person, please, that you're thinking of?
No, no.
Okay. Do you understand the other things I said, not the bypass? Let me review them. Go ahead, honey.
Anyone that was that much overweight, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, okay, so she's overweight. Let's not overdevelop it. Did she have high blood pressure and also blood sugar issues, please? This is what I heard. You don't know?
I had an aunt that got cancer, and I'm not sure about my mother's mother.
Okay. I didn't ask you that. I asked you for the person you were thinking of that's overweight, that had the black wig on. Okay. Is that your grandma? Oh, you don't know your grandma. Is that your mom or your aunt?
It was probably my aunt.
Okay. Now, she's something going on with her stomach, so if she had cancer, she might have been nauseous. But she didn't take care of her health and she was sick for some time. Do you understand that for aunt, please?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just develop her a little bit more and then we'll go to personal message. Women like to talk to men about love, particularly if they're relatives. If it's not your mom, it's your aunt that's coming in first. I'm not going to bring in both of them. So, aunt, you're going to have to be the one, sweetheart. Okay. She's laughing a little bit. She has kind of like dark circles under her eyes, not puffy, but just dark circles. Kind of cute. She also seems to have interesting pigmentation, although primarily her skin is more on the darker side. This seems to be when she opens her mouth and laughs. There's a little bit of lighter skin on the inside of her mouth, or like sometimes the pigmentation is uneven. There's some lighter coloring, almost like, I don't know what they call that, where you have like a white spot and then you have the dark. Most of her skin's dark, but there's some white areas on the skin. Do you understand that, please, for your aunt?
That could be possible.
Okay. Uh, I'm trying to move it quickly. Let me see if there's anything else. She has a good sense of humor. She's a sweet person, kind person. There's a lot of health issues that I already mentioned, and there's something going on with the stomach, and it's probably just because she's nauseous from the cancer. But so she never was that overweight then, according to you, right?
She was a big woman. I mean, she was tall.
Tall and big. Okay.
A little bit overweight.
Oh, all right, just big. Okay. Okay. Well, let the record strike that I think she might have thought of doing that at some point, having the stomach bypass. Okay. And some people, they may not be that fat, but they still may think of doing it. So I just want to honor what I'm getting, and I just want to get clear with it, very, very clear with her as a developed person so that we can get your personal message. That's why I'm going through all this trouble, Tony. Now, there's a method to my madness. Okay, so she says she did not feel well for some time. She says a lot of people tried to help her. She was in and out of the hospital. There was surgery as well. There seems to be something in the kidney area and also the digestive tract that seems to be ailing her. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. It also seems like she had a son also. That means you have a cousin. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I want to refine it a little bit just to make sure we get dead-centered information. She says, I'm glad that you've called me in today. And she laughs a little bit, saying, almost to say, you didn't really call me in, but I'm here anyway. She says, I do want you to get on with your life now. It's time to move on from where you've been. And she gives me the sense that there was a prior relationship that ended. And it didn't end well, as a matter of fact. You understand, please?
Yeah, because she talked about marriage, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. And she's just saying that, that didn't end well. It's time for you to move forward and have somebody new in your life. Now, will you? Let's see. She thinks that you will have somebody new. Now, you don't have anyone in mind, Tony?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Well, then let me see if she can tell us, or we'll just have to go to your guides quickly. There is someone new coming in for you. She says, I see it now. She says, keep out of the organization that you're in now. Try looking for someone in a different way or a new way. Whatever you're doing right now is not working. She says you have to try some other things. Eventually you will run into her, but it will be almost like an accident. You just run into her, like waiting at the bus stop or just doing something that you have to do. She says your homework, maybe she just means running errands, things like that. She says eventually you will run into the right person. She's coming in shortly, not that far away, within 2 to 3 months. So if you're doing something now, it's not going to come that way. It's going to come from a different way, and it's just through happenstance, through accident. So be optimistic, Tony, okay?
Okay.
Okay, honey, I'm going to let you go now. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm just going to double check something, make sure. We do have a Tamika who did make a donation. Tamika is at, because I forgot to do that, 524. Okay, Tamika, I'm going to find you, love. 524. 524. Okay, Tamika, I don't see you. There's no 524. Tamika, I don't know where you are, sweetheart, but you're going to have to dial in. The number is, what is the number? 347 945 5849. So I'm going to go to the next person. Oh, here's one donation, Chanel. Now maybe this is Tamika. I didn't pay attention. Let me just see something here. She didn't put her name in, but maybe it was paid by somebody else. Okay, coming to Chanel. Hello, Chanel. Is this? Wait 1 second here. Chanel.
Hello.
Hi, honey. Are you related? Are you related to Tamika?
Yeah, I'm using her line.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Oh, good, good. I'm glad that I found you. Okay, because I couldn't find her, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then I saw the D in front of your name.
So scared.
I was scared too, and I'm talking to dead people. Uh, um, uh, thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation, honey. It goes to help animals.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't feel anyone around you. I'm just letting you talk a little bit to see if I can hone in on some kind of vibration from you. Uh, okay, so are you in Virginia also, Virginia Beach? Just I'm getting your vibration when I talk to you. Are you in,
No,
where are you calling from,
we're
honey?
in Barbados.
You're in Barbados. Oh my God.
Barbados.
Oh my God. How nice. I thought it said Virginia on her thing. Let me just see that, honey. Oh yeah, Virginia Beach, Virginia is where Tamika is, but you're in Barbados. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on for a second. Let's see who we can bring in. What I'm feeling is, I'm not feeling what I usually feel, mother, father, kind of older people. I mean, I'm sure you have some folks like that in spirit, and if you want that, I'm not feeling it. What I'm feeling more is somebody that's more in a peer energy group to you, like around, like a cousin or something, or a friend, someone like that. Is that who you're looking to speak with, love?
No.
Okay. Who are you looking to
I
speak with?
think
Because
I'm
I'm.
listening to
Who are you trying to speak with, honey?
maybe Maybe my grandfather.
Okay. Not feeling anybody, but let me just see if I could pull him in that way. Now, why do you say maybe? You called here for mediumship today, correct, love? You were here for medium.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to ask the question.
Okay. Again, just to let you know that when we are trying to ask a question about our own life, and I'm trying to do mediumship, nobody steps forward because they're coming in. They're coming in because there's an urgency on your part that you really want them to come in. That's how it usually works. And that's what Spirit's doing. They're not stepping forward. But since the donation was made, go ahead and ask your question, sweetheart.
Oh, I just wanted to know about my life in general and probably like finances.
Oh,
I'm just a little worried about that right now.
okay. I'm going to bring in a guide for you. Hold on. Okay. Well, one of the things I have to say that your guides are giving me the feeling that you're not really trying that hard. You're sort of sitting around like a deer in the headlights, as the saying goes, waiting for something to happen. And they want you to go out. It sounds a little bit rough to do this, but try to kind of get yourself active in the community in some way. Either helping a friend or going into a business and saying, look, I'm available for work, for employment. Get out the house and get going to be active. Some of it might be just volunteering initially, but that's the way to get the ball going. If you don't get out the house, nothing's going to happen, is what I'm hearing. And it's almost...
It's a little difficult because I have a little baby.
There you go. So now you want me to tell you how you're going to get your finances better when you can't work. So what can I say, really? I don't know what to say. Now, do you have a mother around you that perhaps can help watch the baby a little bit, or you're on your own with that?
She doesn't live in Barbados.
Oy. Okay, well, it's just a matter of logic, okay? If you can get out, if you can find a way to have your child watched by somebody, I kind of feel that this is interesting. So I'm going to give you some idea. This is something that's coming in. You might want to find a friend to watch your child in the evening and then try to get an evening job, something that's more in the evening or nighttime. That you'll be home with your baby during the day when your friend is working, or there's somebody near you that's working, and then at night they take your child on. You help them out during the day, they help you out at night, and maybe there's somebody who that has a baby and you can watch during the day with your own child. So it goes back to the same thing. Try to find somebody who's going to watch your baby so you can get out and find work, but the idea here is to try to find work in off hours and help somebody during daytime with their own child. That's the one message that's coming in for you, okay, Chanel? Okay, sweetheart, I'm going to let you go. God bless. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. But I want to thank them for making the donation. Yeah, this show is primarily to connect with the other side. Today, on Monday, I do other kind of readings, all kinds of readings. All righty, going to Lori, who's been waiting very patiently. We have a few minutes left. Lori, honey, what can I do for you, love?
Hi.
Hi, honey. Oh, what can I do for you? I'm supposed to be bringing in somebody from the other side. I forgot, because I still get a couple of people who are asking me for other things, which I feel badly. I'm trying to dedicate this show to connections with the other side, with spirit. Now, are you interested in that today, honey? Connection to the other side? Okay, good. All right, let's see who pops in for you, love. Okay, another father. I feel mother also, but so these are mother figures, father figures for you. Father comes in a little bit stronger. Are you interested in mother figure or father figure, honey? Which one? I'm trying to find out what you want, so I don't spend a lot of time.
Mother.
Okay, let's go to mom. Okay. You have a beautiful mother. She has beautiful coloring to her skin. I don't know why she starts with this, but the skin has some kind of olive tones to it. And she said that was one of her, it seems like she had beautiful skin, especially when she was younger. Okay. And she says it's caramel colored skin, so it's got some kind of honey undertones to it. Do you understand that for mom, please, or somebody that's in the mother figure category, please? Skin
Yeah.
tone. Okay. She has she has caramel skin, beautiful woman, beautiful smooth skin. She gives me the impression that well, she's not impressed. I can't see it that clearly, but she has a high forehead. She has an ovalness to her face. She has a slender nose and beautiful almond-shaped eyes. So she's showing me herself more in her youth. She's quite beautiful, actually. She shows me herself with brown hair. And she's showing me herself in her youth right now. The hair is about shoulder length. It has some wave to it, and it has a lot. It's not real dark, the vision she's giving me. It's more of a mid-tone brown with a lot of golden highlights. You understand this, please, for anyone you would know if this is the same person or whomever. Do you understand this, please?
Well, my great grandmother had browner hair, but my mother had black.
Black hair. Okay.
Her mother had black.
Okay, well, then so we have a couple people here. Okay, but the first one that presented had this beautiful. She reminds me of, I don't know if you ever heard of the movie star Merle Oberon. Merle Oberon. Not that this is for the first one. She's exotic looking. In other words, she has mysterious looking. She's beautiful. She's got almond-shaped eyes. She doesn't show me her hair yet, okay? And I don't need to know because you already told me your mom, but I think I have your mom here first. She does have full lips that are, she wears lipstick in this particular image. She likes to take care of herself. But your mom must have been quite exotic and beautiful in her youth. Do you understand this for your mom, please?
Yeah, in her youth, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she says, then I got old and it was all different. She's laughing a little bit. She doesn't show me herself as overweight in more of a senior years. Do you understand that she's slender, please?
Oh, my mother was kind of overweight.
Okay. Well, I did see the. Okay, Mom, I'm going to wait a second here and see if I can't clear the channels. Hold on, because I did see the one with the oval eyes, the oval face, and the almond eyes is overweight earlier. But then all of a sudden, I got this image of a woman who's slender. So let me just see. Very beautiful. Come on, Mom. I want you to give me a really clear connection, sweetheart. Step forward. Okay. Now, I do get a sense, and I don't know why Spirit's very good at giving me chest problems and breathing, but I feel an aching in my chest. An aching in my chest. Unable to get air at times. Do you understand breathing issues for Mom, please?
Yeah, I've heard. I think I heard something about that. I wasn't back there.
Okay. They actually
haven't been.
Oh, okay. She tells me that they even had to put something like a tracheotomy or something down her throat to breathe at one point. If you weren't around there, you may not know that level of detail, do you?
I don't.
Okay. Well, she's telling me that, and it was very difficult for her. She says the transition process was very unpleasant from a physical perspective. She says, but when I got out of my body, it was just fine. She says, you're a good girl. She says she loves you. She's not coming in as clearly, honey, as other souls I would like, as you can tell. Some souls go to such a level of detail, it's incredible, but she's like a little bit all over the place here. Let's see if I can refine her a bit. There's a sense of you having a brother, which means she had a son. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if there's anything else she wants to say. She says, I was pregnant more than once. Okay, so you have a brother. Yeah, we know that, Mom. You already told us about a brother. A few other children, though. I don't think you only have one brother. Looks like there's four. That means she has four children, or there's four people in the family in total, including your father. Do you understand four children or four in the family? Just give me the number four.
Well, there was men. I mean, there was sisters, and there was, some babies she gave up
Oh, my goodness.
for adoption.
Did she have 4? Okay, well, the number 4 comes in. So that means either she raised 4 on her own or she lost 4. There were 4 girls. You just give me that number. You don't need to make it work, sweetheart. Just let it go. And maybe it'll make sense later. She gives me that number very distinctly. It's somehow significant. Um, Now, there's something going on here. You hadn't seen her for a while, and so on and so forth, and the connection's not very clear. So I'm wondering what is going on with you. Is this you're trying to pull in a long lost mother that you weren't around a lot or that you lost contact with? Because the connection's not that clear, Lori.
Maybe we should go to father fee.
Oh, I don't have time now. I'm going to just try to finish that up. But were you separated from your mother or something, honey? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we didn't get along very well.
You didn't get along. Okay. Now that I know
Right.
that, maybe I can fix this connection. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I could fix it.
90 seconds.
We're just moving through the end of the show, but I will continue with you to finalize this, okay? Yeah, okay. We'll get cut off on Blog Talk, but if people who've dialed in will be able to hear me, and I'm also recording it another way. Hey, Mommy, come on, hon. Come on in, sweetheart. She says her memory was lost a lot as well when she was on Earth. She didn't think very clearly. She wasn't able to, well, we already know about the breathing, get her breath at times,
60
but she also
seconds.
has problems in memory, and there's memory loss. Not just now, but when she was on Earth, there was memory loss. Do you understand? Does that make sense to you for having memory loss on the part of Mom?
Makes sense because there was a car accident headway through her windshield.
Okay. Because it's almost as if she's trying to show me that she can't think clearly, and she's giving it to me in the way she's giving me the mediumship, which is rather unusual. It's like her cognitive abilities were damaged for some time. She says she didn't feel well. She wasn't able to get around on her own after that. She was never the same after that, which means she didn't die from that. It looks like she was around for a while
10
after that.
seconds.
She could have died ultimately from it, but she seems to be some period of living after that. Do you understand, please, from the words she's using?
Yeah.
Okay. She says, I didn't die right away. And then she's laughing a little sarcastically, saying, they kept me around so I would, spirit kept me around longer so I'd learn how to suffer. She's making a little joke. So that's what she means about it was hard for her. Her transition was difficult. She says, I've forgiven you, and I hope you can forgive me for all of our transgressions, our miscommunications. She says, a lot of it was just the way I handled myself when I was on Earth. I didn't do the right thing quite a bit. She also shows me as having a pack of cigarettes in her hand now, which indicates she was a smoker and a drinker. Do you understand? She says drinker. Do you understand, please?
Yeah, but there was times when she was mainly non-smoker, but once in a while she would smoke.
Okay. And did she drink also, love?
Yeah, but not like profusely. She wasn't really a huge drinker.
That's fine.
It seemed like.
That's all. She's just giving me things. She's showing me cigarettes. I never smoked my whole life, so she's showing me she has a pack of cigarettes. She's telling me she's showing me that she drank. She just said she drank. Okay, that's all. Not that she was. She didn't say anything more than that. I'm giving you literally what she says. She says, but I could never make it up to you what I did to you, and it happened when you were younger. It feels like something happened in your teen years. Either she shut you out, or she wouldn't talk to you, or she wouldn't give you something, but something happened in your teen years, and she says your communication was never the same after that. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. She says, I've forgiven myself for that. Since then, I hope that you can too. I love you very much with all my heart, and I ask so much for your forgiveness. It was my fault, and I now realize it was my fault. And she's adding something in here. Hold on. I don't want to warp her words. I didn't mean to do it that way, but I didn't know how to handle myself. I said the wrong things. I was harsh in judgment, and I closed you out of the house. And she's giving me the sense it was something to do with you and maybe a boyfriend or something like that. And that you didn't want to comply with house rules, or that she didn't approve of something you were doing, something like that. Make sense?
Yeah, there was always stuff like that.
Yeah. So she says, I'm sorry that I gave you up like that. I didn't let you come back in to the house. She says, it wasn't right of me. I turned you out too soon to the world. I shouldn't have done that. It's caused you always a lot of suffering since then. She says, I wish I could make it all up to you now. She says, but it's obviously too late. She says, but the only thing I can say at this point, Lori, is I love you so much with all my heart, and I hope that you can forgive me. And she says, I didn't judge you properly, and I'm sorry for that. She says, you needed a lot of love, and I didn't give you the right kind of love. Please forgive me. Okay. So with that, my dear, I'm going to say thank you for calling in, and thank you. Yeah, thank you for giving me a chance to be of service to you, Lori. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, honey. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I want to thank everybody who's called in today, and I look forward to doing this all over with you in 2 weeks from now. Next week I will be gone. I'll be playing a repeat show. So thank you, everyone, for calling in, and wish you all to have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Bye.